Yes, guys, so basically this video is for those who wants to travel to Germany, but they are looking for, let me say, language courses, or if you intend to travel to Germany, this industrialized country, and you want to go study a language. Yes, it is very possible for you to study German in Germany and not German in your home country. What do I mean here? If you want to study German in Germany, it is possible, like I said, to get a visa from the German embassy, all right? You move to Germany and you study the language, all right? But there are so many things you need to understand, and there are also requirements as well, and I will be giving you a lot of all of this here. Now, also understand that there is also an organization, or there is an organization, I think it should be all around the world, right, called the Goethe Institute, all right? That is where German language, probably the levels of B1, A1, C1 or C2 or whatever is being taught in most countries: Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Senegal. There is Goethe Institute all over the world, all right? So if you want to study German language, you can try from the Goethe Institute. But if you want to move to Germany to study the language, keep watching this video. Now, there is something you need to understand. If you are moving to Germany to study the German language, you need a visa. Now, it depends on how long the language is going to take you. There are two visa types, two visas that you need. Those people, or those of you who want to study the language for less than 6 months, all right, you are going to apply for a Schengen visa, all right, to move to Germany. Now, if you intend to study for more than 6 months, which is 1 year, because for you to study German in Germany, it is going to cost you at least 1 year. You cannot go above 1 year. The maximum should be 1 year. If you intend to apply for that type of a visa that will take you for up to 1 year in Germany to study German, you are going to be applying for the national visa. All right, the same type of visa that other students studying bachelors and masters are applying for. All right, if you see me looking down here, know that I'm looking at my jotters. All right, now understand that, like I said, there are two visa types you need, and this language in Germany, you are going to be studying it in a very tight schedule. All right, what I mean here is, if you are to study German in Germany, you may not have time enough to do some certain things. All right, now, like I said, if the course is going to last 3 months, you need a Schengen visa. All right, if it's going to last more than 6 months, or let me say maximum 1 year, you need a national visa. All right, and you are going to be studying at least 18 hours a week. Now, know that for you to study in Germany, probably for the master's and PhD level, you may not need a language proficiency. And again, if you want to study German in Germany, you do not need to show any German language again, because you are moving to this country to study the language. All right, so that is what you should understand. There are also some disadvantages about you studying German in Germany, all right, which I will mention at the end of the video. But before I move forward to that, I would also like you to understand that there are requirements to study German in Germany. It is very possible, if you are looking for means to move abroad, you should know that German in Germany is the easiest way. And now, moving to the requirements you need to do, or you need to apply for this type of a visa, the language visa to Germany. First of all, you need a CV, all right? A CV is a curriculum vitae. You need a CV to show that to show the things, your past academics, your jobs, your voluntary activities, all right, things like that, professionalism, all those things, you need a CV. Now, the next document you need is a motivation letter, and this is the most important document that will determine if you are getting the language visa or the German language visa to Germany. The motivation letter, you need to tell the embassy why you are going to Germany to study German, why you have the possibility to study it, or you are also opportune to study the language in your own home country. Remember, I said almost all the countries have the German language center called the Goethe Institute. All right, so you need to convince the embassy why they have to give you a visa to go to Germany to study their language. All right, so that is what you should know. Now, another very important document you need to have is the proof of funds. All right, Unlike the other students that are studying bachelor's, master's, and PhD for maybe 2, 3 to 4 years, they also need a blocked account. And you, as a student going to Germany to study just the language, you also need a blocked account. And the amount you need is 10,332 euros to put in the bank in Germany. The name of the bank, you are creating the account with fitibank.com. all right. You are creating the account. When it is ready, they will give you the IBAN and the SWIFT code of the bank account, and of course the banking details in general. Then you transfer this money into the bank, collect the document. So you transfer this amount into the bank account, all right, collect the documents and show the embassy and apply for your visa. Without the proof of funds, I'm sorry to tell you that you cannot apply for this visa without the proof of funds, all right. That is the first way you can prove funds that you want to study in Germany or study a language in Germany, all right. Another way you can prove that you have money is by showing an affidavit of support, all right. This affidavit of support, remember I have always said that it is going to be written by someone in Germany. It's just a letter, all right, written by someone to tell the embassy that, for example, if I write the letter, I'm just writing to tell the embassy that I am writing on behalf to show that I will be taking care of so and so person, all right, who is going to be studying this at this place. You understand? Yes, it's just a letter to show the embassy that you are going to be taking care of somebody. And sometimes if there is anything needed, the individual, remember this letter has to be signed in Germany, and somebody living in Germany and working in Germany has to sign the letter, all right. It cannot be done otherwise. Now the person has to tell, if the immigration in Germany needs his banking details, of course he is going to show that. Now the next document you need is the health insurance, all right. The health insurance is very common. AXA is in charge of that. You can buy from AXA insurance. Then you also need accommodation, proof of accommodation, all right. In this case, you can tell your university to give you, or probably when your admissions come, and there will always be a link to apply for accommodation, all right, on your admissions letter. But if you do not find, try to find accommodation. But all in general, you need to show the embassy that you have an accommodation that is going to cover your head, all right. So that is what you should know. Another way you can get accommodation is if you have a host family in Germany. Of course, they can provide a document by saying that they will accommodate you, okay. So that is what you should understand. Now another document you need, or let me say the seventh document you need, is your passport, your international passport. That is the travel document. So of course you will always need it. Then another one you need is the admissions letter. Very, very important. You cannot be going to study German in Germany without showing the embassy that you already have an admissions, or you have an offer letter from a school or the language school, all right. And sometimes when you get this admissions letter, you may be required to pay 30% before you can apply for the visa. 30% of your tuition fee, all right, or 50% or 100%, even all the tuition fee, before you can apply for the visa, the language visa to Germany. So you have to understand that. And remember, I said before that if your course is for 3 months or 6 months, or not more than 6 months, you are going to be applying for the Schengen visa, all right. And the Schengen visa has a different form from the national visa. So when filling the forms or getting the forms will always be found on the embassy website. When looking at them, make sure you get the original forms. Do not mix them up, all right. Then if you are getting that for 1 year, or if you want to apply for 1 year visa, know that you are going to be using the national visa form, all right. The national visa, this form is very long, especially the national visa, all right. I haven't seen the Schengen form before, but I've seen the national visa form. So you have to be careful with what you are filling. Pay attention to details, all right. So that is basically what you need in case you want to study in Germany. Remember I said before that some people who want to study in Germany may not need the language test like the IELTS or the TOEFL or whichsoever score or exam, but you as an international that is going to be, let me say, studying bachelor's in Germany, majority of bachelor students in Germany need the German language or the IELTS score or the TOEFL score, all right. But if you are studying master's or PhD, you do not need this document. And again, if you are studying the German language like this one I'm talking about, you do not need this document. Now there are also some limitations, or let me say there are disadvantages to this type of course or courses in Germany, or if you intend to study the language in Germany, to study German in Germany, know that there are disadvantages to the German language visa. All right, and the first disadvantage is that you cannot work with this type of visa. Remember, when you are given a visa to move to the Schengen zone, automatically you have to work. All right, if the country is in Europe, recognized, very powerful, like Germany, all right, you are automatically going to work, though you are working for a certain a number of hours. But this German language visa, you cannot work in Germany. All right, the next thing is that you cannot convert this visa to a work or study visa. Now let's assume that you get this visa, move to Germany, then you study for 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year, then you later want to swap it up. All right, change your visa. Or let's say if you find a school you want to study in Germany, you are now trying to swap your visa. You cannot swap it like that. It is impossible, especially in Germany. All right, so that is what you need to know. But you can move back to your home country, then apply for another visa. It is very possible, but you cannot swap it. Now another thing, you can apply for the language visa alongside a study visa. That is to say, if you have a language, let me say a language program in Germany, you can apply for, then you move to Germany. All right, what I'm talking now is if you have a language course and you also have an admissions, you can apply for the language. All right, while applying for the language course or when providing your documents at the embassy, make sure you show this other admissions offer from this university. All right, then in this case they are not going to give you the Schengen visa type or the national visa for just 1 year. They are going to give you a national visa in such a way that when you finish your language course, you just move directly to the program. All right, I hope you get the point, because there is a possibility like that. You start with the language, you finish your course. Okay, there are some schools like that that will always give you an admissions telling you that you have to study the language before you move to your course. That way you can work in Germany and it doesn't have any restrictions. All right, so like I said, if you do not have let me say, if your visa is not national visa that permits you to work, you cannot work, and you cannot swap this type of a visa. It is very, very difficult. Sometimes I don't say it is impossible, because I know a lot of people who can begin to twist things around and are doing things underground. All right, so this is what you need to know about the German language visa, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until we meet again.